Good morning and welcome. So glad to be here with you again. My name is Reverend Colleen, and on behalf of Brother T and Reverend Claudia, we would like to thank you for being here at True Thought with us. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy the message of the seed. So what is the seed? The seed are our beliefs, our thoughts, our perceptions, our judgments. These seeds have been planted throughout our lifetimes. And we carry them and we hold on to them and we believe that what these are is the truth. But before we get started in our talk, let's go into a brief moment of meditation. Have you close your eyes with me, silence, bringing your awareness to your heart space. Expanding, opening your heart to the love of God, to the presence of your awareness around you. Asking to be self-emptied and God-filled so that the words that you hear resonate with you in, through, and around you as you. So as the seeds are planted with love, care, compassion, excitement, and forgiveness, may this teaching and blessing carry you throughout your day and onto the following days above and below and each day forward. Thank you, and so it is. Thank you. So the seed, when I said has been planted, it's been planted by many people from the moment we were born. You could even say from the beginning of time, from generation to generation. These seeds are beliefs. These seeds are family traditions. These beliefs have come from our parents, our grandparents, our family, our friends, even government, churches, and our schools, TV, movies. We have been inundated by so many beliefs and so many thoughts. And we carry these and we take these seeds and these beliefs and we nourish them. And how do we nourish them? Well, we nourish them with our stories. We nourish them with how we perceive a belief. So a belief would be something, I found this one very, very interesting. I heard this a while back. It says, "Mom, why do we cut the ends off of our ham?" And the mother goes, "I don't know. That's what my mother did." And so they go, "Well, let's go ask Grandma." So they go and ask Grandma, "Grandma, why do you cut the ends off the ham?" And she said, "Well, because my mom did it because they had too small of a pan. We had to have the ham fit into the pan." So there was a belief that carried on and no one knew why. I just thought that was so interesting because we carry this believing that that's what it should be because we were taught it. And now a lot of beliefs were meant to be for our good, like family traditions, a Sunday dinner. Every Sunday we used to have a dinner with your family. Regardless of what you do, you were there. And that was a value, something that I cherished every Sunday, knowing I was sitting with my family enjoying dinner. Now, granted, with 8 kids, it was chaos, but it was still wonderful. It was a belief I love to have carried on. Not all beliefs continue, though. We have choice, and if a belief does not resonate with you, we have a choice. God gave us free will, and how grateful we are for that. One day when I was much younger, before I even was able to vote, I said to my father, I said, "Dad," I said, "what are we?" And he goes, "We're Democrat, and don't you forget it." And I'm thinking, oh. I go, "What's the difference?" And he said, "Democrats are for the poor and the Republicans are for the rich." I thought, oh, and I thought to myself, well, it must be poor then. So I had the belief that I was a Democrat and I was poor. And I thought, wow. So I carried that belief and I nourished that belief. Well, I can't do that because I'm poor. I don't have any money or this or that. But as time went on, that belief did not resonate with me of being poor or the candidate of who I believe to choose for our next president. So I did my own research. And because God gave me free will, I was able to make my choice under my circumstances and my research. So I got to choose for my reasons. And that was a belief. My dad meant well intentions. Of course, there are some beliefs that weren't in good intentions. And these are anything from you're not worthy, you'll never amount to anything. The low vibrational words that someone had said to us or we heard. And we carried these on. We nourished these seeds. We nourished these beliefs. We put judgments against them. We perceive them as that whose we truly are. But that is not who we are. Who we truly are God's children. We are made from love, by love, for love. That is who we are. Love. So another belief that I grew up with, as a child, I wasn't afraid of heights. But as I got older, somewhere this seed got anchored and I watered it and I nourished this belief of fear of heights. Someone would say, let's go somewhere. Nope, can't go, afraid of heights. Not gonna do it, afraid of heights. I got to miss out on a lot of fun adventures. So my story of how I was able to release this fear of heights. I would always go to the Mall of America, and I had my routine. As you know, the mall is quite big, and there's 4 levels to this. I would always go on the 3rd level, and straight ahead of me was the atrium. And if you looked at the atrium, you'd either look up or down, and anyone who's a fear of heights would not venture toward the railing. So I always went toward the right and always was safe near the storefronts. But I had to get to another level. So, and I didn't have time or patience to wait for the elevator. So I had to take the escalators. Well, that was a challenge. One day my kids are with me, and of course they're trying to be funny, and they knew Mom's afraid of heights. So I would get on that escalator and I would have a death grip, holding on for dear life, looking up, not looking down, won't look down, didn't move my body, just totally tense in fear. And my kids would be like, Mom, look over here. Mom, look over there. And I'd be like, shut up, leave me alone. And I'd get off and I'd shake that energy off and went about my day. Well, that was one. Another one was we went to an amusement park. And in this amusement park was this certain ride. This ride was called the Power Tower. Now, there was 2 parts to this ride. One, you were catapulted straight up and you were brought down real slow, or you were brought up real slow and dropped like a sack of potatoes. Now, my fun-loving family wanted to do the latter part of it. They wanted to go up real slow and get dropped. I thought, okay, I'm a big girl. I can do this. So I get on there, holding on for dear life, keeping my eyes closed and try to open them up just real slightly to look up out and just held. We get to the top, and my husband's to the left of me, and he's saying, honey, isn't this beautiful? Isn't this nice? And I'm looking out, yes, this is. And within that second, I think he was doing that to take my mind off what was going to happen, which I knew what was going to happen. All of a sudden, I felt like I heard a pin come out. My heart is racing, and all of a sudden I felt a jerk, and we're getting dropped. And my husband screams out, we're going to die. And I'm screaming, shut up. I'm in total fear. Oh my gosh, I'm even feeling the adrenaline now. And as we come to the bottom, we get done. My husband's laughing, my kids are laughing. And I looked over at him. I said a few choice words, and he never scared me again. So that was 2 of my experiences. Around that time, there was a documentary show that came out. It was about the laws of attraction. And it was called The Secret. I'm sure you remembered that one. If you haven't, check it out. It's pretty good. So in there was these 3 laws, but only one law resonated with me. And that is what you think about, you bring about. And she was saying that you can manifest anything in your life. You can manifest the perfect parking spot. And to this day, I still do get pretty good parking spots. And I thought to myself, well, if you can manifest this belief in my life that I nourished throughout my total adulthood, I can undo this. I can remove this fear from me. So I started practicing diligently. I'm not afraid of heights. Heights do not frighten me. I'm not going to die if I look over a ledge with a railing. I would continuously do this. It's quite a bit of time has gone by, and I went back to the mall. And this time I didn't go to the right. I went straight ahead. I heard a lot of commotion going on. It's like, well, what was going on? I was intrigued. I wanted to know. I get there. I put my hands on this big silver round cold railing, and I'm looking over, and I'm doing this, not even paying attention. I go, oh my gosh. And that adrenaline came through me. I'm like, no, gal, power of thought. Thoughts are things, and that's one of our true thought principles. Thoughts are things. I'm not going to create this, a fear. I said to myself, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm good. I'm not going to fall. So I wanted to test it. So I went over to the escalators. I get on the escalators and I'm going down because I'm on the 3rd level. And I'm holding on, but not a death grip, just holding on. And I'm being aware. I'm being present. I'm being mindful. And mindful is just paying attention to where your thoughts are, where your mind is. So I was being very mindful at that time. And I'm looking straight ahead, and my eyes are moving. I'm looking around. My heart is beating, but my head's not moving, just my eyes. I thought, I get off, I shake it off, and I thought, wow, that was amazing. I'm not afraid of heights. So that was really exciting to me. So with that, because when a belief is a vibration, and that's what it is, a behavior is a vibration, a belief is a vibration, a word is a vibration. So that's where I'm going to come to love and fear. Love and fear has many attributes to them. Fear is nothing more than an illusion. It is a made-up construct of nothingness. It is false evidence appearing real. And how do we create fear? Fear are unloving thoughts. They are anger, sadness, resentment, jealousy. There are many words to fear, and there's many attributes, and each one of those words have a vibration. And we have a choice when we use this word. Do we want to use the word of love, or we want to use the word of fear in our stories? So if fear has all these attributes, and we use this words in many ways, I'm fear of heights. I'm afraid of heights. I can't do that because I'm afraid this is going to happen. And when all that fear accumulates within you, we create an uneasement in our bodies. We are out of alignment in our bodies. And we are in a state of constant anxiety. When something is not resolved within our bodies, say, afraid of heights, fear of heights, we created this anxiety within my body that I was unable to handle. It was very hard to deal with these. But when I used loving words, loving thoughts, like the word love, and if it has an energy, if fear has a low vibrational energy to it, and we know this when we say the words, even me saying the words now, I can feel the unlovingness of saying these words. And imagine when we say these words just to ourselves, what it does to us. Imagine when we use these words towards somebody else. It's very heartbreaking. Then we have the word love. I love the word love. Love has many attributes. For instance, love is God, and God is love. So when you say, I love you, you're saying you're loving the other person as a God energy, because that's who they are. They're God's children. Love. So they have harmony, peace, and joy, laughter, forgiveness, non-judgment, These are a lot of love attributes, a lot of feelings to them. And this vibration goes out. Every time we say it, we feel it. So when we have these feelings of love or fear, and they resonate out from us by feeding our seeds that we have planted, how do we learn to deal with this? How do we learn to heal or resolve a situation? So let's say for a car, we're driving in the car and someone cuts you off. And the first thing you're going to do is, of course, any human, being the ego consciousness that it is going to react in anger or perception, judgment. How could that person cut me off? So you're angry. So you have a choice. Are you going to respond in love or fear? But to bring yourself into that awareness, and if our words, our actions, our thoughts all have a vibration attached to them, how do we heal in that moment of looking at that in a different way, a different perception? You may think, when have I done that to somebody? When have I cut somebody off unconsciously? Different way of looking at that, because this is a reflective consciousness, a reflective world. So when we put our attention into this pool of awareness, which is our consciousness, we're feeding that. We're feeding that seed that we planted and anchoring in and believing everything that we're told us or what we're saying. Another way of looking at that is not taking it personal. When someone does something to us, we have a choice. Do we make it personal or let it go? Do we send fear to it or do we send love to it? So this person had its own agenda, its own lesson. How you respond is your lesson. So if you respond in anger, you're going to receive that energy back within you. And it may carry with you throughout the day. You may be angry throughout the day and holding that resentment about that being cut off. Or you can say to yourself, when have I done that? When have I cut somebody off? Unintentionally. You'd be like, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that, wasn't paying attention. Of course, you're saying that to yourself in the car. So you have a choice here. You can respond in love or fear. So this brings me to the story of a seed. So let's imagine a seed. You want to plant a seed. Let's make this a belief. What belief do you want to now create in your future? So pick a seed. Find that word on that seed. So on one side is a bowl. You see that bowl. Pick up that one belief that you want to create. Maybe you want more love in your life. Maybe you want that perfect husband or perfect wife, however that may look for you. Maybe you just want to have more kindness in your heart to share with other people. So you have that seed. You have that belief you're going to start. On this side is a still, cool pool of water. This represents your awareness, your consciousness. You're going to take that seed and you're going to drop it into that pool of awareness. And you're going to see the ripples going out. These are your thoughts. These are your perceptions. These are your words and your judgments toward that new belief. And as that belief goes out, they're going out to the universe. And what happens? They come back. Because what goes out must come back. So whatever energy you put on that seed, that belief is going to come back to you in the same energy as went out. Just as the car. You got cut off. Maybe somewhere in your past you did cut someone off. You just received that energy back to you. Healing is all the removal of fear. That's all it is. It is the removal of fear. So by making a new choice, making a new perception of how you see that, we can't be a victim of the world from our own thoughts, our own creations. A lot of times we don't intentionally mean to do these. We truly don't. but they have been planted within us for so long. They're so deep and so wide that we don't realize we're even doing this. So how do we heal? How do we bring more love into our lives? How do we bring more healing into our lives? Well, if healing is the removal of fear, just move away from fear and into love. Go within. And in that moment of being mindful, being aware of where you are at that time, being mindful, being present, you go within to the holy instant and you say, are you there? Are you there? And then ask the question, what is my lesson in this? What do I need to know? How do I forgive? And then you wait. And it'd be like, oh, yes, just to forgive. I remember doing that before, didn't mean to. So how you respond is a healing lesson in itself. All healing starts with you, me. And because our words, our thoughts, our judgments have a vibration to them, what goes out will come back. So why not plant the seed of love, the seed of kindness, the seed of forgiving? And forgiveness starts with you. Forgiving ourselves with the perception that we have on the other selves and on ourselves. Because it's basically a perception. We see it as love or fear. And really, what I have come to learn and know in this teaching, that everything starts with you and me, and how we see things. So let me ask you, what do you want to experience in this moment now? How would you like to experience life? With joy, with excitement, with forgiveness at every turn of your life? Because that's a vibration that goes out. If it's going out, you're forgiving yourself. And when you heal yourself, you're healing others. When you forgive yourself and the person for the perception you put on them, we're all being healed. I'd like to give you an illustration of what it means to add to a collective consciousness. So let's use, since we've been using the fear of heights, let's use that belief, that seed that has been planted. So we have that seed, that belief in the pool of awareness. And each time we add to our story through a judgment or a perception or our words or our thoughts or our gestures, anything, we add to that. And how do we add to that? We are watering and nourishing this belief. We are anchoring and in deeper within ourselves. And it looks like this. So imagine it is called the web of awareness. So we have the seed. And from the seed, each time I say a word, I'm afraid of heights. It's a web. I'm creating another extension to the pool of consciousness, to the pool of awareness. And each time I add more to that, it's created more. And then all of a sudden, these all get intertwined like a web. And it gets stronger and deeper, and to the point where we create anxiety. So we have all these stories that we created just to. Now, because we are a collective consciousness, everybody else who are afraid of heights, we're adding to their story, and they're adding to our story. And that's why when someone says, I'm afraid of heights, you get that surge in your body, because you know exactly what they're talking about, because we're connected through that web of awareness. So think about that. Next time we add to our stories, I'm afraid of, I can't, someone did this to me, someone did that to me, or I did this to somebody. You're watering, you're anchoring, you're feeding more into that pool of awareness, into the pool of consciousness. Now, we truly don't intentionally mean to do this. We're just acting like regular humans. That's who we are. I love what Dr. Wayne Dyer said. He said, we're spiritual beings having a physical experience in a human body. I love that because we really are. Kind of takes us off the hook a little bit because we are spiritual beings. Our true nature is love. God love. Source of all that is. You can use any word you want. You can use the divine, goddess, goddesses, whatever you want. All source of all. I just like the word God. That resonates with me. So I would like to take this time and thank you for being with us. Let's quiet our minds and go into a meditation. Taking a deep breath in and out. How grateful I am for the parents of all who are with us, for every soul that is open, every heart that is receiving the words of love and compassion and gratitude, kindness, forgiveness, and abundance. I truly believe and know that each one will be heart-filled, will have their hearts filled with so much love and gratitude for every word that is spoken to them and from them. I am my I am presence, and I am one with my Mother, Father, God. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. If you liked what you saw today, please give us a thumbs up. And if you valued what you saw today, what you heard, please share this with your family and friends or anyone who may benefit from this. And any donation would be greatly appreciated from here at True Thought. Thank you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Namaste.